Well, hello, happy Friday. We are getting ourselves pulled together. Got my hair done yesterday. Doesn't my color look better? I had 14 weeks of growth on my last hair color. It is too long, way too long. All right, let's get ourselves pulled together. We are headed south today. We are watching our granddaughter tomorrow. We try and find a Saturday where my husband can join me. So she gets to spend time with both of us, and that's always fun. But I have found the best deal. All right, our free product updated, right? It is this shade of highlighter. It is so pretty. It's like got a little bit of pink sheen to it. Really gorgeous. However, you have to get 3 things on the website to get the free item, right? And that can sometimes be costly if you don't need 3 things. I cannot believe what I found. I'm going to use it all today, but let me tell you what the bundle is. So it is our old, this is our last chance deal. So it's already discounted 50%-ish. This is our old bronzer in the shade Light, which you can tell I've used it greatly. I think the shade Light goes with almost any complexion. Medium's a little too dark for me, but I'm very pale. So it's going to come with this bronzer. I'm going to use it today. I'm also going to use it on my eyes. I do that quite often, so I'll show you that. Then it's going to come with our old, again, all this on the last chance deals, blush in the color Sisterly, which is this gorgeous pink. And then you're going to get the angled fan brush, which you can use with the free product. So these 3 things get you this thing for less than $50. You are saving $86 on this deal. It is crazy. I can't believe it. So if you want info on this, you could change the colors in the bronzer. There's other colors available if you want that. This is the only blush shade available, but it is gorgeous. I'll show it to you today. And then this brush is just great for, adding the highlighter everywhere. You could change the brush to something else too, but snag this. If this shade sells out, then, we're in a pickle. But $86 savings, less than $50 you would spend, and you would get all of these items, free expedited shipping. It's a pretty great deal. So that's my bundle today. So let's get our lip mask on. Then I'm going to curl my lashes. We are, like I said, we're watching the granddaughter tomorrow, which that starts at 6 a.m. If you know me, not a morning person. So we are headed down tonight. We are going to stop and grab a bite to eat on the way, and then we'll head to the hotel, get a good night's sleep, if possible, and get up and have a 13-hour day with her tomorrow. So it is very nice when my husband can go with me because he can nap on the couch while I take center point, or vice versa. Things are needed at times like that. All right, I'm going to mix up my BB concoction because it's getting hot here. The joke in Texas is that the spigot turns off, meaning it's not going to rain anymore, and we have hit that time frame. So now we're just hot, and we've been humid lately too, which is just not fun. So we're going to do a little primer. We are going to do my 2 shades of BB cream. I just feel like the mixture is the right shade for me. There's only like 6, maybe 8 shades of BB cream. So really hard not to be able to find a combination that works for you. So if you're interested in that, just comment Friday and we'll talk about that. That all going around. I probably will not be live tomorrow. It is very hard when we are with her to steal time away. I used to be able to when she would nap. And as her mother reminded me this morning, it's about 50-50 on a nap. Now, we'll see, because this grandmother I'm Grammy, by the way. This Grammy can get her to nap. Almost every time I'm there, I get a nap. And one other grandmother is always like, can't ever get her to nap. And even her mom's like, I don't know how you do that every time. I'm like, I don't know, but yay me. So we'll see if the 50-50 holds with us tomorrow. Or if that's just with others. Too, the last time I was there, she didn't sleep well the night before. So that aids in the I need a nap. All right, you know, I like my setting powder with my BB cream. I just like it to lock some stuff in, especially when we're humid like this. And probably what I'm going to take with me for tomorrow, and again, this will not be done at the 6 o'clock or 5:30 hour because I am non-coherent at that moment. But I like to just freshen myself up partway through the day. So I'll probably just take powder with me. That way I can just cover any blemishes, do a quick application of powder, right? And then just kind of like what I did yesterday in my stories. If you're not watching my stories, I did my makeup yesterday in stories and I went to get my hair cut, right? Because we've been talking about that, cut and colored. Well, you know, cut and colored can produce a lot of water on your face. So what I did yesterday was powder foundation. I used the bronzer I'm going to use today, and on my eyes, I put on mascara, I put on lip gloss, called it a day, right? Like just super simple, covers any like imperfections I have, that type of a thing. So that's probably what I'm gonna do tomorrow. That's kind of like my, oh, I just have to go to the store, you know? And if it's not about doing my whole face for any reason, it's like, what are my necessities just to get out the door? That's kind of how I think about it. So this is one of the things that comes in your bundle. It's going to be like the next 3 things I use. So we're going to use this as our bronzer. It is such a pretty color. This was my go-to before we came out with the new cream bronzers. Now, I love the color sticks. I think they are awesome, but you cannot pass up on this deal. One thing I've liked this bronzer for is using it on my eye as like in the crease color, right? It's just a very simple, easy color. And I think for under $50, I think it's like $46. It's ridiculous. Absolutely crazy. All right. So I'm going to hold this over here and we're going to use this on the eye. So I'm going to finish my cheeks and go in my normal order, but I'm going to come back to this product here in just half a minute. All right. So this blush, it looks a little much, right? It looks a little much. It's all about how much you take. So we're just going to take our little brush here and just tap and tap. You can add more. Hard to take away. So by tapping, I'm just getting a little bit on there. Such a pretty shade. And I've had this for a really long time, and I mean, it's gonna last you forever. It's so awesome. I just can't believe that this bundle is available. Like, crazy. All right, so then the free product, which, you know, highlighter on a normal day of doing nothing, maybe not the thing, but I know some other uses for this, so we're gonna use this twice today too. But this angled fan brush is great because you can just go like this, and then I love going on a nose, Cupid's bow, right above the blush. So we kind of went bronzer, blush, highlighter. It just adds this, you see that little glow? It's so pretty. So just accentuating that curve of the cheek. And then we're going to use this again on the eyes. So basically, we're going to use both of these products again on our eyes. I know. Who am I? What are we doing? All right, so we're going to come back. Oh, let's do my eyebrows. So out of whack. So out of whack. am so excited. We have so much going on in the next couple of weeks. It feels like July is over, and it's not. It's what, the 19th, 18th? Yeah, not over. We have something like something today, we have something tomorrow, we have something Sunday that might bleed over until Monday. Then I go back south on Wednesday because I have her on Thursday. Then my dad comes on Saturday next weekend for a visit. So we are just, I feel like I'm already like, okay, and so after next weekend, now what? Which there's a lot after next weekend too, but you know, I can only focus 1 week at a time. That's all I got. I'm going to use my brow gel. I haven't used this in a few days, and I've noticed it was helping over here. So this one extra step doesn't cost me much time. So we're going to do that. All right. Now for the eyes, like I said, we're going to use bronzer and highlighter, and it just turns out to be a really simple, easy eye look. So same bronzer that we used. We're just going to put that in the crease. And this is a shade that comes out very much like the shade that's in like palette 10 that I use all the time. Kind of that neutral brown eye look. And what I love about a neutral eye look is pick a direction on your lip and go, right? Any direction you want to go. With a neutral brown look, you could do a brown lip, you could do a pink lip, you could do a red lip. You know, you just find what you want. All right, so that's bronzer, which again, this bundle is less than $50. You get all of these items shipped for free and you save $86. I don't know how they can do it. Anyway, that's how. So bronzer we used here, we used in the crease. And then we're going to take a flat brush, if I can find it. There it is. And we're going to use the highlighter. That's a free product, so absolutely free. We're going to use that on the crease. The lid. So if I can help you with anything, you're going to comment the word Friday. That's just going to get us talking in Messenger. All right, so I kind of put in the inner corner, right there. And then under the eyebrow. And do you see how just sort of a neutral look that is? Wait till we get lashes on, it'll look better. But, you know, this is what's on my cheek, it's what's on my eye. So you get the bronzer in this shade light. You can choose a different shade if you want. And then you get the blush in this shade of Sisterly. Then you get the angled fan brush that I use to apply the free product that you get, which is this highlighter. So less than $50, you're saving $86, which again, how? I don't know, but they do. So let's do eyelashes. Eyelashes just make all the difference. Never skimp on your eyelashes. So we're of course going to use our Quadra because if you've watched any of my videos, Quadra is my favorite. Second favorite is Twisted, but Quadra is a 4-in-1. So it has serum, primer, and tubing mascara. So it is going to grow and hydrate your lashes while you're wearing it. Tubing is going to make the removal less damaging on your lashes, and you will not have raccoon eyes. You just hold a wet cloth, preferably a warm, damp cloth. Hold, pull straight down. It's great. I have seen my lashes grow so much with my consistent use of this. This would be a great addition if you can swing it to the bundle, because Except for your foundation, this is like everything I've used today. You should be changing your mascara every 3 to 4 months because it has bacteria from your eyes that goes in there. So not just when it dries out, not just when it feels like it's running out, but you should really kind of mark the date of that. You don't want to put that bacteria back into your eye. All right, so a little bit of the second pass. When you do kind of a neutral eye, your eyelashes are going to stand out. Little on the bottom. All right, and then I was a little careless with that in the corner of my eye. So we're just gonna fix that a tad. I mean, my eyelashes are looking pretty good. So I'm going to wipe off a little of my lip mask because I'm gonna use one of the long wearing lipsticks today, right? We're gonna leave here in a little bit and we're gonna stop and grab lunch, and I don't wanna have to reapply all the time. So like I said, when you do a neutral eye, I could easily have gone with like a brown lip gloss and said, whoo, done. Because our brown lip gloss that we came out with most recently is the most gorgeous shade ever. However, I don't want to just do a brown lip. I did that yesterday. That's boring. So I'm going to come in with this pink shade in this. They say it's a 12-hour wear. Now, it can be if you do not put lip gloss on top of it. It is a neutral pink that I feel like anyone can wear. So less is more. So this is going to last you forever. And I just apply really to the bottom, smush my top, and then fix my Cupid's bow. Isn't that just a gorgeous color? All right, last thing I'm gonna do is spray the face, and I do that with our Prime Set Mist. Again, locking in for humidity because humidity is real. Of course, when you spray the face, make sure your lashes are sort of dry from experience. All right, that is going to do it for my face today. I might see you in stories tomorrow, but again, 13 hours with the granddaughter. Not quite sure I can fit it in, but if she naps, we're on. All right, thanks for watching. Happy Friday.